Let's start like in school, with history. In 1940, the German Wehrmacht completely overwhelmed the Allied armies in France and Belgium with its blitzkrieg. Today it's claimed that the Germans knew how to better use tanks and planes. German propaganda, however, portrayed this victory as proof of the triumph of the Germanic Superman. It claimed that the German soldier was genetically superior to the others. It depicted the Wehrmacht soldier as someone stronger, more disciplined, and smarter. Someone who has the will to win and is unstoppable. And it was true, partially, but only because German soldiers were on methamphetamine and its derivatives. As a result of using methamphetamine, their brains were flooded with dopamine and other neurotransmitters. Thanks to the excess of dopamine, the Germans were more decisive and aggressive. They focused better, worked longer, and cooperated more. They were more confident, didn't need sleep, felt less fatigue and fear, and noticed fear less in battle. They didn't need to eat. For example, when crossing the Meuse River at Sedan, their strike groups had up to 60% losses, yet they kept attacking. Anyone would want soldiers like that. All of this was the result of an overproduction of dopamine and other neurotransmitters. The Nazis didn't have to worry much about the negative side effects of methamphetamine in their soldiers. His soldiers simply didn't live that long. Many more battles awaited them in the Soviet Union, and almost none survived. This modafinil works similarly, though not as strongly, but it lacks the negative side effects of methamphetamine and isn't addictive. If it's not addictive, go ahead, look it up online. You won't have depression or a low mood after the effects wear off. It doesn't increase dopamine in the brain directly, it just prevents its breakdown. Modafinil will start your own war. Now you can start your own blitzkrieg against your bad and weak self. You'll realize you've just been sleeping until now. Modafinil will awaken unexpected strength, determination, endurance, and discipline in you. You'll find out what you're truly capable of. Suddenly, you'll take everything difficult by storm. You'll be like a robot. Suddenly, things that seemed more complex will be manageable and simpler. You'll realize you've been doing many things wrong. You'll start doing them better. Far fewer things will be complicated. I'll explain why later. You'll be a better and kinder person to your family, friends, and colleagues. Your vision and senses will improve, and your addictions and vices will disappear. Your fears will dissolve, and you'll stop feeling like you're weak. Suddenly, the word impossible doesn't exist. We both know you clicked on this video because deep down you know you need help. You are asking for help. You are asking the universe, fate, or whatever you call that entity. And modafinil is the answer. Modafinil is a safe and easy change. I repeat, safe. I'll explain why. Just give it a few minutes. Most people don't distinguish between a drug and a stimulant. Drugs like opiates, for example, they really poison your brain, you act weird, and you can get addicted. Modafinil is a safe stimulant. You won't become this, but you'll be this. You'll literally rise from the ashes. I'll be speaking more to a male audience. Most of what you hear here will probably apply to you too, if you're a girl. But I'm going to go with a lot of broscience here, my own experience with modafinil. I believe that in a few things our experiences will differ significantly if you're a girl. Estrogen and modafinil can have a different effect than testosterone and modafinil. The female world and goals are different. Listen to it too if you're a girl, but maybe some things will differ significantly. For example, in discussions about modafinil online, many women mention a large increase in libido and horniness after using it. Unlike men, who tend to describe decisiveness and purposefulness. I'll tell you a funny story. A friend needed to finish a project for work. She was all miserable, so I told her that I might have a solution for her, something that will help. I gave her modafinil to try. I waited for her to call me, saying she was done by 2 and how the work just flowed from her hands and head. The next day she said she was very grateful. I asked her if she was finished. She said yes, she'd somehow finished it. Asked if I had more. Do you have more work? I asked her. And she said no. I was a bit confused. So you need to find some... And then it started pouring out of her. She said she felt more rested than ever. She'd had a rough time and all the stress just vanished. She went on about how she almost danced in the store. I asked if she had trouble sleeping, and she said she didn't sleep. Said her mind was quiet. I was thinking about the blitzkrieg she waged on her weak self, and then she confessed she'd never had such an orgasm and played with herself for 3 hours. She could have called. Next. I was talking about Modafinil with a pretty and smart young lady. I spoke of Modafinil's benefits, and she said she didn't want any of that because she wanted to work for and earn all those benefits herself. She felt that if what I said was true, then Modafinil was like an unfair cheat. At the time, I couldn't find an answer. Maybe so, I thought. Over the weekend, I took Modafinil without really thinking about it. Dopamine gave me the answer. Her perspective was a feminine one. Women have value just by existing. By nature, they are beautiful. They will be mothers. They have value through their beauty. They can afford the luxury of not risking, not fighting. Our male world is different, competitive. Someone is always pushing for your spot, especially next to your woman, then at work and so on. You can't trust anyone, only improve to keep what you have. Many people do it, even with chemistry. Many take steroids, wanting an edge, enhancing their bodies even at the risk of their health. Modafinil is like steroids for the brain, but safe. It's willpower and strength combined in a single step. Modafinil is those extra 4 inches if you're short, and strength if you're weak. With Modafinil, you'll even be smarter. You'll thank God that you watched this video. Modafinil will improve you as a person. It gives a lot and takes very little. You won't be high. You'll be motivated. Even the Wehrmacht didn't fall apart on much stronger Pervitin, and their soldiers didn't shoot each other. Modafinil is far, far safer than that. It's not addictive. I'll talk more about that later. It'll be like having a motor inside you. On this mission, you'll feel like a robot. Fear or fatigue will just vanish. And you'll just reach out for your goals, whatever they may be. You'll also likely understand how neurotransmitters work in your body, and that not everything commonly claimed is true. You'll love your life and enjoy every single day. In the next video, I'll tell you a bit about the history of Modafinil, explain why it's safe, look forward to some pure bro science, and I'll tell you how it affects me and why I take it. The third video will be about how to get the absolute most out of Modafinil, what Modafinil works better with, and what, on the contrary, dampens its effects. Types of Modafinil you can get and where to get it. And the last video will be about what's wrong with Modafinil and what to watch out for. So bye, I'm charging ahead with Modafinil.